when I'm going to add to what Tuti was saying in regards to the family dynamic and how a man needs to be if he wants to be with a Colombian. I often hear women in the States complain, well, when you go to Colombia, you're going to have to pay for her family and blah, 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 blah. No, realize in Colombia, that family is now your family. So when you pay into that family, you're going to get back the same benefits that you'll be receiving.
Brother, but you pay for the family in the States. How many times do you get with a woman here in the States? Hey, my mama, you know, she needs some money. My brother, he need this. My cousin, can we do this? Like, you paying for our family here too.
But the crazy part about Colombia, and even what Tuti was saying, I give you a perfect example with me and my wife. Andrea's brother, when he graduated from school, from college, he was one of the 4 young people that they chose to be one of the head mechanics straight out of college for Toyota. He didn't have the boots, the work boots, coming out of college as a young person. I said, you know what? Graduation gift, Camilo, we got your boots. Don't worry about that. Now Camilo is the head mechanic for Chevy. We own a 2020 Equinox. Guess how much money I've saved because the head mechanic around the corner is my brother-in-law. You see how that works? Family looks out for family. The family is always there for you at the airport, no matter rain, through the snow. It's like, I kid you not, it's like a concert. You like, it is 12 o'clock at night. Why are all these people out here? The person can only get in one car, but all of us show up just to let that person know we are so happy to see you make it back home.
And it's you know, I want to go back to something that over here is very troublesome for women. You know, something that I am not gonna do that for him because I am not a slave. I have my value. I am do this. I am a boss. I am this. I am that. The way we look at it is like, I mean, we do everything for art. It's like, because he does everything for me. It's like a true partnership. So that guy does everything for me, so I do everything for him. I make sure that the diet that he needs is done. He doesn't even know what clothes he wears because she knows everything. She knows, like, okay, I want you to wear this one today. You need to, the tee has to be like this. The skin has to be like this. And if he doesn't do it, then she comes in the bathroom when he's getting ready, putting the skin on, even if he's complaining, no, that's what it has to be done. And God forbid, she is cooking and eating first. And this has nothing to do, this culturally has nothing to do. God forbid your mom is there and you are cooking food and then you just sit your plate and then you just start eating and then your husband is over there. Even if he's entertained watching whatever, she will come up to you and say, how dare you, I didn't dress you like that. You put that way and you have to, you know, that he's working every day. He needs to eat first. It's just, I know there's a lot of people that jump on my neck. It's like that. It's culturally. And it's like that. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
You're 100% correct. My wife, she's great. She just left to go to the grocery store, right? Before she left, she brought me a big bottle of water. You know, you need to get your water in today, Andre. And she brought me a fruit salad. She makes a homemade fruit salad, so she brought me a fruit salad to eat. And so she's always making sure that I'm well taken care of. She's taking me to so many. My body is excellent shape. You would think that something was wrong with me because she always makes sure I got a file of doctor appointments this big because she said, I want to make sure that this is good, that's good, so forth. She said, I already know that since you're a vegetarian, Andre, for 30 years, you're good. I know you drink your water. She said, but baby, we just want to make sure everything is good. And since we live in South America and everything is so inexpensive when it comes to healthcare, Colombia ranks number 30 in the world for healthcare. United States ranks number 37 for the last 18 years. And so when I know that I'm getting amazing health care at the same time not paying U.S. prices, I can have a file like that because with our insurance, we got SOAR insurance. And so and SOAR is one of the insurance companies down here. And so what ends up happening is I pay like 84 cents for copay. So when I go to the doctor's office, it only costs me 84 cents to get an MRI. 84 cents to get this taken care of, that taken care of. You got this wax build up in it, take care of that. You got to get your toes looking good like a baby toes, take care of that. 84 cents, 84 cents, 84 cents. our veneers, whatever it is you need, new glasses. All these things are available for you, and the cost of living is inexpensive. And back to what she was saying, the person cares about you as a person. And I kid you not, Tuti, I'm still, after 6 years of living here and being married for 4 years, I am still getting used to the treatment that my wife gives me. And because she gives me that treatment, going back to what you were saying, Tuti, hey, she's got that purse collection right here. That whole, you see, I'm looking up because a whole shelf of expensive purses. If that's what that woman wants to have, and all these trips, the way she treats me, no problem. No problem at all.
And another thing that we do is like, if you have like a busy day, for instance, if you have a busy day, that she will wake up early, she will get everything done, she will make sure all the meals are done. If she's going for a trip, or if she's going, to spend all day out with her friends shopping or doing whatever, getting, Auntie arrive, and Auntie likes to talk a lot, and Auntie goes and out, start shopping with Auntie. She makes sure he has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and then she's
yes, sir.
And she's going.
Right.
Did you eat? Did you put the dressing like this? Did you?
Because she knows that the other ladies will say something. But like if her mom and all them get ready to go out salsa dancing, they'll say, "Did you make sure Andre ate? Did you make sure Andre this? You'll make sure Andre that." The women compare notes about how they treat their men, and if you miss the beat, the women gonna be on. I don't have to say nothing. I don't have to sit back and say, "Baby, well, we need to work on." No. Her mama, her grandmama, and aunties, her lady friends, and we talk about ladies that are prominent. A lot of Andrea friends, my wife, they're politicians and actresses and singers, and they all keep each other on point when it comes to their men. So everything Tuti is saying is 1,000%. No matter how your career is as a woman, you know that the number one job that you have is to take care of that family unit, and everything else will fall in place.
It's very important. Family units and family values is very important. Mom is on top of everything. Mom knows everything in the house. She knows how everything is run, and she keeps up with that in every single manner. She knows everybody's diet. She knows everybody's size. She knows everything. And if he has something to go, she already knows what he has to wear, and he doesn't even know. She already knows what he's gonna wear for that time. But that's the way, that's culture. That's the way we are raised. We have to make luxury for what you have at home, because what you have at home is what's gonna follow you. That's why we are very thick, when it comes to family, very, very together. And if you enter that family, you're part of that family. And if it's something with Andre, I swear to freaking God that everybody, cousins, they're gonna be like, what? And she's gonna be like, Andre, every cousin, uncle, they're gonna come with sticks and pots. And listen, because we are very feisty, we don't touch yours, you don't touch our own. But our own is our own. It's our family, and it's very important. That's why we carry grandma with us wherever if your grandma have dementia, can even walk, get grandma a wheelchair, get grandma's mecedora, the rocking chair, and put grandma in the mecedora, and you carry with grandma everywhere. That's it.
Hey, I'll help carry grandma. Grandma 92 years old. I'll help carry grandma from one location to the other location. Make sure she got. So I know exactly what you talk, because I've had to do it. I'm the biggest one in the family now. I'm the 6'2" giant, because everybody, most Colombian men are like 5'8", 5'10", and so I'm walking in at 6'3", and so at the family reunion, I'm looking like Gargamel among the Smurfs. But hey, Andre, we need you to. Andre, could you reach for? Andre, could you? So. Being part of the family unit, it is exactly what you said. Grandma is a part of it. If we go all the way to the other side of the city, grandma coming too. Grandma being left at the house, that's not going to happen.
No, it's all together. And to the very end, the way, when somebody's born and somebody dies, we don't discard people. I feel that here, like putting him in rest homes. So, oh my God, it's too old. Always talking. We listen to that, and we have so much respect. If grandma has dementia or grandpa has dementia, and grandpa continues telling you the same story over and over again, God forbid the kid is gonna be disrespectful. He's just gonna yes, and follow up. Our elders is our pride. And, we come from them, they paved our way. they work hard for where we are, and we have to honor that to the end. Family is super important, very important.
And the last thing, because I know you got some guys waiting, Phil, so I'm going to end with this. When it comes to the men that are going to South America, do expect that you're going to have to start to walk in your traditional manhood as well. You're going to have to come to the conclusion this ain't no 50-50 thing no more. It's you expected to be a man, 100% into your manhood. You expect her to walk in a 100% traditionalism of a woman and that femininity and that fit, and you want her to be beautiful and gorgeous. Dude, if it takes you to make the money for her to have that beautiful dress or that beautiful outfit or the beautiful sombreros that are sitting in the background behind Tuti, it's your job to make sure your wife has that, to make sure your kids are taken care of. So a lot of these dudes don't realize you want this traditional woman, but be prepared that you are going to have to be the traditional man that goes out and get to the gazelle and bring it back home to the family. And that's how most of the world, not just South America, most of the world, you can attest this in regards to Africa, how most of the world works. The man, for the most part, even if the woman is working, because my wife is an accountant, but I look at it from the perspective, it is my responsibility. Like, I'm going to end with this. Andrea and I always say this. I'm the leader. She's the manager. I take us in the direction, but she's the ones that sets all this up and keep it running smoothly.
That's actually a good way of looking at it. That you lead, she manages, and so your lady got a career, and we was talking about that earlier. It's like, okay, your lady has a professional career, but you see she's not masculine? Not at all. Well, let's take about in America, same career, how would they act, brother?
They would act masculine, and they would act like I'm independent. I don't need no man.
Exactly.
And it's sad to see that. And we're not saying that all women are like that. Like I always say on our channel, in the United States, looking for a good woman, because they're out there, but it's like looking for a golden needle while you're walking through a barn of rusty needles. You're looking for a golden needle, but you're in a barn full of rusty needles. It'll be so hard to find that golden needle. And that's how it is dating in the United States. Looking for a golden needle in a barn full of rusty needles. You're going to get stuck and pricked a lot more than you would finding that golden needle. And so a lot of us go to countries now where traditionalism among men and women, let's not forget that, among men and women is expected, is part of the culture. And so since traditionalism and how women carry themselves and how men carry themselves is expected, you find yourself realizing, if I'm going to be in this country, it's South America, and whether it be in Cuba, Ecuador, Chile, Argentina, Guyana, whether it be in Venezuela, you still are going to have to adapt your manhood to be able to even keep that good traditional woman, because she has expectations of your manhood, just like you have expectations of her femininity and her ladylikeness.
Right. And then, but also at the same time, you don't break the bank as a man taking care of a woman over there either.
You don't have to, no, because we're not materialistic inclined like that. We like to be comfortable in our home. We have a comfortable home, a comfortable living, but we are not materialistic like that. You don't have to do that. But we want that tradition to carry. We want to raise our kids together. We want to have a peaceful life. It's completely different. It's mind blowing. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh no, she's
exaggerating.
She's exaggerating."
It's not like that.
Is okay. I'm telling you how it is. If you tell me otherwise, prove it.
It's night and day. And when people sit back and use the word serve or obey or support, it's hard for people in the United States to analyze that and understand the concept. Like when I first heard a brother on an interview in 2015, and I heard him say that his apartment in Cali, Colombia, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Strata or Zone 6, in Zone 5, and he said that it was $280 a month. My brain couldn't calculate that. I was trying to understand, like, how is this dude living in the suburbs of a city and he's only paying $285 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in a beautiful location? I tried to understand the field and I could not grasp it. So it is when it comes to
but brother, they argue with you that they in a better position in America, but yet they're not making 3 times the rent and they can't get an apartment.
Because what Tuti is saying and what I'm saying, we've never seen it on a regular basis before. We haven't seen femininity in herds, in groups. We see it sporadically in the United States, but to see it part of tradition, I could walk in a house. For example, Andrea's got one cousin, right? All the ladies in her family can cook, take care of their man, take care of the kids, everything, right? Got one cousin. Everybody's family got that one. Can't cook a lick.
Oh my
God! She got a boyfriend. She's trying to impress her boyfriend by coming in the kitchen. All the me and the guys sitting back watching. The ladies turn their head like, what is she doing in here? Who is she trying to impress? In other words, with her new boyfriend, even though she knew nothing about that, she knew the tradition of taking care of family was part of the culture. And so subconsciously, she just went in there and tried to pretend like she could cook. And everybody's looking at the guy, all of us men are looking like, we know she ain't got no business in there. What is she doing? But it's just so beautiful to see the fact that she realizes this is a part of the makeup of the success of our people. And so whether it be Afro-Colombian, whether you be a machista, or whether you be whatever indigenous, whatever your background is, because Colombia has over 85 different dialects and almost 100 different cultures here. You'll see there's such a growing number of Asian people here, people from the Middle East, people from Southeast Asia. Colombia has so many dialects. Colombia ranks number 3 for the most beautiful country in the world, number 5 for the most emotionally intelligent country in the world. Right next door, number 2 is Ecuador. Number 1 most emotionally intelligent country in the world is the Philippines. So Colombia ranks right there as far as the nicest people that will take care of you. I'll give you a perfect example before I shut up. There was a guy that came down here, a friend of mine, just a couple weeks ago. He's still here. He went to Home Center. Home Center is Home Depot and IKEA, and same products, you wouldn't know the difference. He said, I lost my credit cards, Ray, here in Cali. He said, I went back there 3 days later. He said, how come they had my credit card waiting for me? Somebody found it on the ground and was waiting for it. And going right back to what Tuti said, Colombians realize I don't have much and I don't want to lose what I have. So I wouldn't want that to happen to somebody else. That's emotional intelligence. So when you look on YouTube and you just see party girls, that's not real Colombia. That's a part of Colombia. But the everyday Colombian woman is the Tutis, the Andreas, the Mayas, which is Afro Wahita YouTube channel. These are everyday Colombian or South American women that if something is lost, they'll turn it in because they know if it were me, I would hope somebody turned mine in. That's emotional intelligence. And that's why Colombia ranks number 5.
Andre, let me ask you a question. Because certain countries you can do this. I know Visa and MasterCard is mostly accepted everywhere. Could you use American Express in Colombia?
I do.
No. You know what?
You use it in Colombia? Tuti?
Go.
I do use American Express in Colombia. Not everywhere, unfortunately. Not every place accepted, but yeah, some places accepted. Visa everywhere, but some places accept my American Express.
Yeah,
that's why I tell people they travel.
I can use mine.
I say definitely make sure you got a high dollar Visa or MasterCard if you can. Because American Express, I noticed that it may be accepted like in the American hotel chains. Like your Marriott's and stuff like that. And maybe some retailers, but what they told me in South Africa recently, because American Express charged more on the back end. That's why we won't accept it.
Yeah, when I first went to Medellin, my first trip, I had my American Express card, and I'll tell you this how cool it was. This is another example that I saw somebody in the comments say, and I rarely read the comments. They say, well, somebody in the United States could have found somebody's card and took it back. This is true. I'm not saying people in the United States don't do nice things. What I'm saying is, for another example, I took my American Express card there first time in Colombia. Went to the hotel, and the front desk guy said, we don't take it. He said, but here's what we'll do. He said, you can stay here your whole trip. He said, as long as you send me the money back when you get back home to the United States, everything is good. I stayed the whole trip. We exchanged numbers. When we got back to the States, I wired him the money and he was able to take care of it and there was no problem. That would never happen in the United States. The United States would have had me on the streets before they let me stay in a hotel room in their country before that situation would have taken place. And I'm not saying that's the norm in Colombia, but what I'm saying is I know my country, the United States, and I know that you are not going to stay in a prominent hotel, because I was in a really nice hotel, and they sit back and say, well, your credit card's not working, sir, but you can stay for a week anyway.
Oh,
we don't have that.
Colombia.
Well, you know what, man? I got a short story about that. South Africa, when I was just in Johannesburg. So when I got there, we had a mix up about the scheduling of my room. Well, anyway, so it was a busy week, and I needed about 3 rooms actually, right? So I rented an executive apartment, and then my kids had 2 different rooms. But they told me, oh well, because it wasn't booked, all we had was 2 days. I said, oh man. He said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna do something. So get on there, brother working. He said, you know what? I got you in there. I bumped some people. Forget that. I'm gonna get you in here. And so he bumped some people out to let us get our rooms for 6 days. I'm like, boy, I say, I love Africa. I love it. So I had to make sure to get that brother a love offer, because in America, I wouldn't have got that. Every time I go to the continent, it's at least for me, I'm just like, I say, this is how white people feel in America. I love it.
Yeah. And that's what I meant when I said earlier about what Tuti is saying is actually the norm globally. Mm-hmm. How we behave in the West, Canada, US, UK, we're not the normal behavior patterns. We're the outsiders or the kind of like the oddballs of globalization of the global relationships between people. Most countries have a emotional intelligence or a care or a, hey, listen, let me look out for you. Let's see what we can do. We've had taxi drivers. I remember when we were looking for our apartment, we had a taxi driver. We had a large 100,000 pesos. That's like $20, $25 here in Colombia. He didn't have any change. We didn't have any change. Now in the United States, they would have said, well, we're going to a store to get some change. You're going to give me my money right now. He said, you know, when you guys get done, I said, I'll wait right here, the taxi driver. Now, you know, in the United States, they'd charge us about a minute waiting right there. He said, I'll wait right here. When you guys get back, we'll all go to get some change together. And so you guys can just pay me for bringing you here and then taking you back home. So he waited the whole time we were looking at apartments. We weren't charged or anything. And so we were charged for the ride there and we were charged for the ride back home. And we actually gave him, you know, a tip in regards of appreciation. That would not happen back home. We're the outliers back home. That's the one thing that we have to accept in the United States. We are not the norm. Family dynamics in most of the world is kind of like how you describe and how Tuti described and how I describe. But we're so egotistical in the United States because we've been programmed to be like this. It hurts our little ego to think that we're different from the rest of the world. You mean women really are feminine and will care about you, and no matter what age you are? I just went out to the salsa club this past weekend, and it is the norm for me to see somebody that's in their 60s on the dance floor killing it with somebody that's 22 years old. Because the 60-year-old dude, he has been dancing salsa since he was 6. The 22-year-old has been dancing since she was 6, but he's got so many spins and twists and moves that she doesn't even know yet, that the older dude, you're looking at the old dude like, man, he is killing it. Even though the younger lady is the one that is the gorgeous and beautiful one. That's most of the world. That's how the world is set up. You rarely see an older person and a younger person in the United States dancing together. You don't see no brothers and sisters dancing together. You don't see grandma and you know how many grandmas on the dance with? How you think my dancing got so good?
Grandma is in the home, in the rest home. Grandma is
Yeah, that is in the States.
Grandma started to show some signs of dementia, show some signs of tiredness, the knees. Grandma's getting slow. Oh my God, grandma's annoyed. Let's go.
Well, not all the time, Tuti, because in America, grandma is getting BBLs in America.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
these young grandmamas.
Yes, they are.
Like
Mama D taking thirst trap pictures and all that. Mama D, 59 years old, taking thirst trap pictures.
You will never see a grandmother in Colombia twerking on IG like it is, like I see the ones in the States.
We call that la señora mecedora. Like grandma is a respectful lady. Grandma is not gonna be disrespected. Grandma is not gonna be showing, too much skin. Grandma is respectful. Grandma is a lady in all the sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is distasteful. Is not in our culture. Is something that I honestly don't understand. Each to their own. But it's something that me culturally doesn't happen in my house. Not in my household. I don't. Right. If my family, God forbid, my aunts, my mom, if they are just these ladies are, completely different.
We're not. Please, guys, please don't think that we're belittling the United States or trying to put it down. We're just saying that from our experiences, Tuti's experiences of growing up in South America, especially Colombia, my experience of living in South America and traveling throughout South America, his experience in regards to going to Africa, we're letting you know that it's not just South America, but it is the social norms in Southeast Asia, in parts of Africa, throughout Africa, in South America. These are the social norms. So when we leave the United States and we say, guys, be ready to be traditional men, that 50-50, that ain't gonna work. You need to be able to go ahead, even though your woman is working. If something happens to her, you can still steer the ship economically. Pretend like she ain't making no money and steer the ship, because traditionally that's what's expected of you, to steer the ship as a man. But many of us are so prone to that 50-50 and so comfortable with the patterns of our own home country, the United States. Actually coming to another country and being with a woman like Tuti, you want it, but are you ready for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely true. Well, Brother Andrea, thank you for coming on the show, brother. It's good you bring that message and make sure you keep getting your fruit salad and your water in your life.
Yeah.
And listen, every time. Did you do it?
Okay.
All right, brother.
Okay, cool. All right.